Podcast, episode 28, The New Beginning. That's it. There we go. That's the show.
It's not like a new hope or anything. It's just,
Not a new hope.
There is no hope.
The new beginning for the week.
Yes.
Oh, I'm joined by some friendly folks like usual. We got the wind speaking through Rick's microphone.
Nice.
Sorry. But I'm
We got
here.
Nadia.
The Rick awakens.
We got the Nadia
Hey everybody, it's great to be here again.
and the Jason.
It's the Nadia of the clones.
Hail.
We got a packed week. I think it's going to be pretty contentious. I hope it is. We got some stuff
Would it
going
not
on.
be?
I think it will be. I think it will be very contentious.
Excellent.
So, starting out, this is something I don't think anybody should have a problem with. The Witcher's being made into a Netflix television show. We don't really have any facts about whether it's going to be animated or live action. We know that the studio that worked to make the CG trailers from the Witcher 3's announcement is working on it. That's all we know, though. What do you guys think?
For some reason, to me, it kind of sounds like it's going to be action. But certainly animated would make more sense, I think, because, with this being Netflix and all, it would be a lot of effects shots. So I would...
Do you think it would be cheaper to be animated?
I do, actually. I think it would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it makes more sense for them. But, whether it is or not, I don't know. But I would go that route, probably, because Castlevania is going that route, and I think that's pretty smart. So I think this would be a better animated show, but, who knows?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
I
I'm pretty
agree.
stoked for this. It's going to be pretty awesome.
I'm pretty excited for it. Now, do you guys think it's going to be one drawn-out narrative like the games are, or do you think it's going to kind of focus on the adventures of the Witcher, where he goes around fighting different monsters on every episode? And
well, I actually wouldn't mind that. Kind of like, or something like the X-Files used to do, where there was a mythology overall, and like always lurking in the background, there's this mythology, but they have like Monster of the Week episodes too. So I wouldn't mind that at all.
right,
Yeah, I agree. I think there's going to be like an overarching story, and then there'll be like every little episode will have an individual story.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I would like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible at actors and actresses and whatever. I don't know who should play who. I think if
You
anybody's
think
seen
Danny
the new picture,
DeVito should play Gerard?
you know what? Yep, I like that.
Gerard. I can't say his name ever.
With Danny
That plays
DeVito
the
as
kid.
Gerard.
Anybody see the picture of what's his name? Julian Assange this week with the
Danny
hair.
DeVito?
No. It's been all over Twitter and all over social media. Basically, Julian Assange looks like he's getting ready to play Geralt, or the heck is his name?
Nice.
It looks
Gerard?
With Julian Assange as Gerard.
And Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito as Roach.
Oh, yes.
Talking words Roach.
Oh my god, that would be great.
Well, Danny DeVito has to be in there somewhere, right? Of course.
Whoa, you're right, dude. He does look just like him.
Maybe he is him.
Maybe he's gonna play him in this show.
There you go.
Oh
Oh
my God,
dude.
That's why they dropped the charges, so that he could play him.
Ooh.
They were like, look, we gotta have Assange for this role. We gotta get rid of these charges. All right.
So, how do you say the main character's name?
Geralt?
I thought it was
Dude.
Geralt.
See, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea either. I played the first game for like a few hours. That was it.
The first
So
game
you've
has
never played
not
the third
aged
one?
well.
No, and I heard it's like the
It
best thing
has not.
ever.
It is, dude. It is literally. Just us talking about this game or the show makes me want to go back and play it.
Damn.
It's so good. I probably put in like 80 hours into it, and I
Wow.
probably
I
maybe
have
got
the game.
50% of it done.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's what's really cool about it is there's like an N plus to it after the campaign, so you can like start the whole game over but have all your stuff.
That's
so
awesome.
pretty neat. And then play at like higher level.
That's great. I hope they put it on Switch.
Go buy it.
Ha! That would be cool.
Because I'll buy it.
I would buy it. I'm still waiting for Skyrim. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
so
that on
am
the
I.
Switch so I can take it wherever I go.
I pre-ordered it.
Did you really?
I
That's
did.
pretty fun.
Because I didn't want to forget about it.
You just gave them free money. You're just like, here.
I didn't necessarily give them anything yet.
Oh, I thought you like ordered it or paid for it.
No, I did it online on Best Buy. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're gonna be waiting a long time for that one, buddy.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I'm expecting at some point to hear that it's canceled.
Stop it. Stop it, you. You know what would be super nice? And I'm not
No.
expecting this, but it would be super nice at E3. Nintendo has their barrage of third-party support like they always have in the first year of a new console.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that it's not just Skyrim, but they're also porting Oblivion and Morrowind over, and it's all going to be on one cartridge.
No.
Why? These games are so much smaller than Skyrim. They could definitely do it.
Yeah. You're right.
If they wanted to.
I thought you were talking about the new one. Sorry.
No, it's not going to happen. No, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's not going to happen.
It won't, but it could.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, I just
and
love
Nintendo
Morrowind.
could have steady third-party support, but that's not going to happen either.
You're right. It won't. It's just a shame because Skyrim's the worst Elder Scrolls game, and that's the one we're getting.
Well, I never played it, so thanks for spoiling it for me.
Oh, it's still good. It's still great. The worst of the bunch.
Okay.
It's like what's your favorite Street Fighter?
Super
Alpha.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
What's your least favorite Street Fighter?
5, 4, 3.
Probably the first, the Street Fighter 2 vanilla at this point.
Okay. Do you still like it though?
Yes.
Still good.
Yes.
It's great. It's still great. It's still a great RPG. It's just I have my own problems with it. We could do a whole episode on why I think the other ones are better.
RPG.
I'm still getting it. I mean, I'm not.
Okay.
We'll talk about this later. We're burning valuable time.
Oh yeah.
Is apparently going to be the Venom boy, and that's really slipped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's going to be Venom, and the director of Zombieland, and I don't know who that is going to be directing this. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
I'll look it up.
I like.
He has a name though.
He sure does.
And I like this move, by the way. I think
Fletcher,
Tom Hardy's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty awesome. It's just too bad it's going to live outside continuity.
Well, now we don't necessarily know that because there's been a lot of doublespeak about Spider-Man in the MCU. And like we were saying a couple of weeks ago, he's got Spider-Man. Sony has this deal with Marvel, and they're doing like a set number of Spider-Man crossovers into the MCU, and then that's it. But the character is probably going to continue on. So that version of Tom Holland Spider-Man is going to continue on. So if this Venom exists in the same universe as that Tom Holland Spider-Man, and there's no reason to think that he won't, it's sort of MCU's Venom, kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It is. It's just like the Avengers, and no one ever fights him. He's a Spider-Man guy.
Right.
And I don't know the intricacies of Venom.
Venom I mean, he's fought Avengers. Well, I'm a pretty big Venom fan. He's fought Avengers before, but it's not like he battles Cap on a weekly basis,
Right. So, I mean, if he is, I think what you're saying is right. I think if he's Tom Holland's Spider-Man's Venom, then he's still in the MCU, just not in the same movie as Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
You think
it's
they're
fine
going to
with
make it an
me.
alien symbiote, or do you think they're going to go a different route?
Well, I mean, I like the classic continuity, so I'm happy with them making it an alien. But
Yeah.
I mean, if they went the ultimate route too, and he was some kind of like a bio weapon or something like that, that would be fine too. I mean,
Yeah,
that's okay.
that'd be cool too.
It's just that the whole alien symbiote thing. I mean, that's pretty cool
Yeah, definitely.
storyline. So now this is going to be a Venom standalone, but he's not appearing that we know of anyway in anything with Spider-Man in it. So is this going to be an origin story for Venom before he meets Spider-Man, or is this going to be like Venom has been around for a while, kind of? I mean, it's
Yeah, no,
yeah. There's a lot of
I'm wondering
questions
that
there.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think the safe money says that this is going to be an origin story.
yeah, I
yeah.
think so too. It's just going to be
Just
interesting to
because,
see where they put it.
right?
Hmm.
Just
I
because
mean, they
think
got to
about
have Spider-Man in there,
Exactly.
right.
and even just talk about him. Maybe show flashbacks I mean, something.
Yeah,
If they do, I mean, he's Eddie Brock, so if they don't have Spider-Man in there, then they got to at least like some kind of imagery with Spider-Man interacting with Eddie Brock at some point, like screwing him over really bad, and that's why he hates him so much. That kind of stuff.
yeah, certainly.
I
It'll be
agree.
interesting to see what they do with it.
It will be.
Do we know when this is even going to start production, or when is there like a projected
Tomorrow.
release yet? Not yet,
Yep.
right?
Tomorrow.
October 5th, 2018 is projected release.
Oh wow, so that's pretty soon in the
Hmm.
grand scheme of things when they're just casting Venom. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
moving
And
on from
there is also, by the way, I should just point out really quickly, there's also, by the way, still the Sinister Six and the Silver Sable Black Cat spinoff of Sony's Spider-Man. So that's all in the works.
That's cool.
well, moving on from movies and TV shows for a minute. The Ghosts and Ghouls mobile out
Oh.
now. Now this blindsided me. I didn't know this was
Hmm.
coming.
I didn't either.
Um, has anybody picked these up?
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't yet.
I mean, they're 99 cents
Yeah.
for singles and a couple of other ones, right, Jason? I think that's what your story said.
Yeah, I came pretty close to buying a few of these just because I loved them years ago. But I've heard that the controls are not that great,
Yeah.
which you can easily imagine since this is on a touchscreen.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of Capcom stuff available: 1942, Wolf of the Battlefield Commando, Ghosts and Goblins, and now Ghouls and Ghosts. They're all $1 a piece apparently for a little while. So I mean, if you wanted all of them, it's less than $5. So, not bad.
It's just a buck.
If you want to play these brutally hard games on a touchscreen, anyway.
Yes, especially the series, Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins. Because man, they ain't easy.
No,
Not at all. All right.
So it's out now.
Right.
Oh, and not just on iOS, on Android too.
Oh yeah, that's what.
So there you
go. Rick, you want to talk about Shadow of War?
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
Well, what do you think of that big trailer? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it was all right. No, I'm just joking. It was awesome. I love it. I love everything Shadow Mordor or Shadow War. I don't know. It was just kind of for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's on the site, and they just did a like 2.5 minute trailer of how big the world is, and it's just massive compared to the other one. So, yeah, I don't even know. This game's going to be so big, it's going to be crazy.
Everything looks good. I mean, the locations look awesome, and the castles and stuff like that. Everything looks like on a much bigger scale. It's so great.
Yeah. That's what I kept thinking of too. It reminded me of like all the like the lore battles in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah.
So and it's pretty clear they're going to go that direction. So I think that'll be fun to experience.
Oh man, the dragon looks super cool too.
Yeah, it did.
Man, just I'm watching the trailer now. They have like that port town kind of a thing. It looks really cool. Man, that looks great.
And it's fun. It's fun that this time around you're just going to be visiting a lot of locations that have been in the movies. I think that's going to be really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Because in the last one, like, you never saw those places that was taking place where the game was at.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
definitely
everything was kind of
Rings feel to it because it had that like architecture to it, but it wasn't anything that's been shown in the movies before, I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This looks way cooler from that aspect.
Yeah,
it just looks, it's so cool. Cirith Ungol. That stuff looks great. So I can't wait to play this.
It's gonna be
God
good.
knows how long it's going to be, but I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be probably the longest game ever.
It's gonna be here in a while.
I'm just looking at our next point.
Yeah, that's pretty silly.
Kind of how we all feel about this game.
How I feel about it.
Eric loves this game.
I love this game. You're right. So Overwatch is
What
getting
game is this?
Overwatch. It's getting Game of the Year.
Yes.
And the Game of the Year edition is basically the Origins edition that launched on consoles with all of the special launch skins. And then it comes with 10 loot boxes. That's it. So,
Wow.
I mean, I guess if this is your first time jumping into the game, it's not a bad way to go about it if this is what you want to do. But, I mean, it's kind of an underwhelming Game of the Year. That's really all I have to say about it.
The yawn was good punctuation.
I know. Sorry. It's not really... I didn't mean to do that.
That's how we all feel about this game as well.
I like Overwatch, hey. But, I mean, there's nothing really to get excited about. They also announced that there's 3 new maps coming, so that's cool. But just the type of game that Overwatch is, this doesn't really... It's not like it got a bunch of DLC you had to pay for that you get now. All the DLC is free, so you can always just jump in. I'm not too enthused about this, but I already have the game, so I've gotten way more than 6 in my time playing it, so I guess I'm the winner here.
You are the winner. Way to win big, Eric.
What'd you say?
I said way to win big.
Win big. That's right.
Win big. Win big.
So I don't know who this Stefan Amell character is. Steven, I know.
He plays Arrow on Arrow. He's Oliver Queen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the DCW.
I've heard questionable things about that television show.
Oh,
about Arrow?
Yeah.
It's good and it's bad, just like every other show.
Gotcha. Well, apparently he did well in Ninja Warrior. I didn't actually watch his run.
Well, it was just a teaser trailer, but he made it through like 3 things. I was just kind of surprised. So I thought it was kind of cool to mention it.
I think it is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I bet Barry Allen could do better.
Well, it's just cool because he really takes this stuff serious, and he's like all into MMA, and he really trains hard for these shows and stuff, and he does a lot of his own stunts.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he does, and he likes doing it too. It's probably the best part of the whole show, I think, because he always talks about doing it on like interviews and stuff.
That's cool.
So yeah, and it's just cool to see him do all that Ninja Warrior stuff.
That's pretty cool.
They really ramped up the difficulty on that first one. Do you guys see that? The trailer?
Hang on, I'm gonna watch it.
I didn't watch
like
this.
You can't just run across them anymore. They're like separated by like a lot more feet now, and they're a lot taller.
I haven't watched this show in a long time.
I've never watched American Ninja Warrior. I used to watch it when it was a Japanese show.
Yeah. I watched both when they were on G4.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But not in a while.
it's still pretty much the same show.
Okay.
People
There's
run
just a lot
across
more-
stop.
There's a lot more white dudes doing it.
Right. And no terrible quote unquote comedic dubbing.
No,
Okay.
unfortunately. Most extreme challenge. Oh my god, I love that show.
It was great.
Don't
It was
get eliminated.
Oh, here he goes. Let me see. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean it's really tough now to do this,
You're not kidding. Look at those jumps.
dude. And then he does this one where he's like hanging from like these like wheels, and he's like gotta swing back and forth and jump to another wheel. Just looks insane.
Wow.
I could do it. Just kidding, I
I'm
couldn't.
sure you could.
I'm sure.
You
Could
should
not.
try out. I'm sure they have like city tryouts, and then everyone goes on there.
Yeah.
No, I would fail. It's fine.
We could do a whole
With that-
feature about you.
With that mindset, you would fail. You'd
That's
be more
right.
positive.
With that
I
kind
would
of
need to
attitude.
train. I don't have the mental fortitude to do that. So we got another piece of big news this week. Apparently,
What?
No, we
Something
don't.
Destiny 2.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
There's a lot of info about this that came out, and I think it boils down to this: there's in-game clan support. You can queue up and match with players in-game for raids and stuff, which you couldn't do before. And there's going to be a couple new modes. I think that's what this whole thing boils down to.
Is there more of a campaign, like a cohesive campaign?
Oh, yeah, that too. Apparently, they're going to be the stories taking a forefront, but I mean, I don't know.
Right. Nathan Fillion is taking the forefront.
Yep.
It will be
Pretty
Nathan
tough.
Fillion everywhere.
Are you gonna buy this game, Eric?
No.
Oh.
At launch.
What? I didn't hear you.
Not at launch. Maybe later.
Yeah. I'm a little torn. I put a lot of hours in the first one, but then I see the second one and it just doesn't really grab me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Does
Any
anybody else?
particular reason?
Just because, I don't know. I mean, I was so stoked for the first one. Like, I was like giddy, like a little kid at Christmas morning. And then just started playing it. And, you know, it's like I was watching the reveal trailer for this. And it's like exactly like they said, this game is best experienced with your friends. And if none of your friends play it, and then you have to go and like, it's just not as fun. So, and with I think only 2 of my friends play this, and it's so hard to coordinate because, you know, one has kids and a life, and the other one lives like halfway across the world, so it's tough to like coordinate that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if more people bought it that I know, that it might be more fun.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they make, you know, like they say, if you can do this in-game queue where you can join stuff, that'd be a lot more fun because, you know, otherwise outside of Destiny 1 right now, you have to coordinate like, you know, connecting with 6 people outside the game to start a raid and stuff. And I think a lot of people probably didn't experience the raids. Like my 2 buddies, they've never experienced a raid just because it's hard to coordinate to play. And then you don't want to play with a bunch of people that you don't know or haven't played before. Yeah. So
maybe they should release like a smartphone app that would allow people to go away from the game.
They could do that.
That would be
great.
Well,
they had Destiny LFG, and you could put your name on there, and you could go find other people. So that was kind of helpful, but it wasn't like you could talk to people. You could like send them chats and stuff, but you can't like physically talk to them.
Okay.
So that helped a little bit, but at the same time, it was just like, I don't know. It never worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks good.
It definitely looks more polished. I just think it's important to mention that everything's handled in-game now. So you could play all the content by yourself and still get all the things out of it. Like all of the content and all the enjoyment. It would still be, I'm sure, much more fun to play with your actual friends that you know from wherever. Like solo queuing and playing with random strangers who you might not get along with or whatever in the hour and a half that you're paired together is going to be a lot less enjoyable than if me and Jason and Rick and Nadia got together and did a raid.
Yeah.
So that's all I mean.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not much for these kind of games.
It's
Yeah.
just, yeah.
And I don't know. I hope they kind of fix, like, anyone who's not familiar with the Destiny. I mean, you go in there and you can do like these like 30-minute missions, and they're called strikes, and you get loot from them, obviously. But there's only like 12 of them, and after the game's been out for a year, and you can only play the same level so many times as well. So I hope maybe they can do something like, how a lot of games now are doing like procedurally generated like dungeons and stuff. So while like the setting's still the same and you still fight the same bad guys, your experience every time you go into a dungeon is a little bit different. So I'm hoping maybe they can do something like that, to kind of just mix up the monotony of it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So,
I kind of like the idea of the strikes, where it's like a little 30-minute kind of a thing. I didn't even know that was in there, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's just generally like these online, quote unquote online only games are stuff that doesn't really interest me, because I'm very spotty as to when I can actually play a video game for any length of time. I've never really been into them. I will say though that Destiny looks good. I've always thought it looked good and looked pretty fun, and I like Bungie a lot. So, if I was going to play something like this, it would probably be Destiny. But I still don't know if Destiny 2 is gonna pull me in. Nadia, do you ever play like online stuff like this?
Not really, no. I'm not really into it, but I remember when Destiny first came out, everybody went crazy, so I don't know. I guess I'm just not really into it, and I really didn't understand how it became so, I guess, explosive when it was first released, for the very, very first one, I think back in, 2014? So, yeah, that's always confused me, but everybody has their own taste, right? So I just...
Yeah.
I think it was just because it was the first game Bungie's put out since Halo 2 or whatever. So that was definitely, people were just stoked for that. And they also been building this game since like 2010, 2011. So, but yeah.
I'm also seeing that there will be a collector's box edition for $249.99.
Okay.
What do you get? What comes with that?
Premium. Let's see. You get. Let's see. The product lineup will feature Destiny 2 bundle at $89.99. That's the game plus the expansion pass. Digital Deluxe Edition has premium content as well for $99.99. Limited Edition will be $99.99 also. I assume that's the same thing, just not digital. And the Collector's Edition will feature a fully wearable Destiny 2 Frontier bag, an expansion pass, a premium digital content voucher, I guess, and a Cabal-themed collector's box for $249.99.
What?
Get out of here.
There you go.
You get a box and a bag for $250.
A box and a bag.
I think I know someone who's going to be buying that.
Yes.
Dude, I was hoping you were going to say it was like in a wearable Destiny 2
helmet?
Mask or helmet. Yeah. And I was like, yes. But
yep. No.
Just a bag.
Oh, by the way, I bought, speaking of helmets, I bought that Titanfall 2 Collector's Edition.
Did you really?
Yes. And it comes with the helmet from the game.
Yeah.
And it's really awesome. So
that's cool.
It's got like a little stand. It's got light up parts. It's really cool.
I saw that. That was pretty cool looking.
Yeah. And you could wear it and run around and frighten people. So
there you go.
Not that I recommend that. Because you'll probably fall down. You can't really see out of
it. Yeah. It'd be worth it to run around. Oh, man.
What a surge of adrenaline.
Oh.
And I say that, of course, because this week there was the surge.
The Surge. And
Tell us about it, Rick.
I kind of talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah.
It's I'm still playing it, still writing up the review. So, but it's fun. It's just like Dark Souls with robots, though. So, but I definitely haven't. I had to put it down for a little bit, but it's still a good game. I would recommend it.
Oh, you would?
So,
okay.
Keep an eye out for the review. It should be up in the next week or so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also this week, of course, we had Injustice 2.
We sure do. And, well, we've been playing it. Me and Rick and Jason, at least. Nadia, you haven't, right?
No.
Gotcha. Well, we've been playing it, and I'm doing the snapshot review pretty soon. And, really like it.
Yes, watch out for that. I only played the tutorial, but it feels great. Characters are nice and big, too, which I really like. And, yeah, it's really fun. If you liked Injustice, I think you'll probably like this. But, of course, Eric and Rick, you both have gotten a hell of a lot deeper into it than I have. So,
yeah, I love it. I think it's a great game. I'm really the armor thing is they did a really good job with it. So it's pretty fun and addicting.
that's good, because I was a little worried about that, the armor.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's just it's actually a lot of fun.
Cool.
So here's why I really enjoy the armor. So there's this thing, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, Jason. It's called the multiverse. And what this is, it's basically, it seems, I don't know if it is or not, but it seems like procedurally generated missions that you can go on for rewards. Basically, it's more single-player content. And there are levels for these events. So sometimes the levels will be like 5 plus, 10 plus, 15 plus, 20 plus. Basically, that means that your character should have equipment of that level or, above equipped to make it a fair fight, basically. So this adds us an almost Destiny-like progression to the single player. But if you're playing ranked mode, everything is scaled to level 20. So it doesn't matter what equipment you have. If you have no equipment, if you have no equipment, if you have the best equipment in the game, it's a fair fight no matter what. It just helps for single player and guild events.
Cool.
So I'm really happy with the way that works. And also, there's this setting that will have drops at the end of matches or whatever, and they will, by default, favor the character you're playing as. You can turn that off if you want, but so if you're playing a lot of Swamp Thing, you'll get more Swamp Thing drops and etc.
That's pretty cool.
The story mode's
cool.
really well made.
I didn't even know that.
And I just wish that the writing was a little different, but it's well made.
Yeah.
It's beautiful to look at. There's some really good scenes.
In the campaign, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's one of the few parts in this game. Is I think the story kind of missed the mark for me. It's not nearly as good as the first Injustice.
That's too bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely worth playing because it's just how the game's kind of built and whatnot, and it's definitely a big part of it.
I mean, if you're Rick, if you're like a DC Comics fan, like a big fan, you'll find a lot of stuff to like though in the story, right?
Yes and no. I mean, at some point, because you're just like, I mean, you played the first one, right? And you beat the story for the first one.
Yes.
So, like, you're gonna start to see how some of these characters have progressed and whatnot. Excuse me, and kind of how they developed. And then, like, halfway through the story, everyone kind of does a 180. Like, some characters do 180s, and it's not. And part of the story is for these characters to do that, but it just goes back on everything that you've been taught from Injustice 1. So that's just kind of weird. At least that's how I
don't really care for that. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. What did you think, Eric?
I definitely see where you're coming from. Yeah, I think the writing made me very angry at some points. Yeah. Just based on, but I think you need to think of it too. Like, this is the universe where Superman went crazy.
Yeah.
So all the characters who were kind of on his side in the first game are still on his side.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's basically it. There's some real moments though. Like, even as not
Yeah,
like the
certainly.
biggest DC fan, like the Flash's sequence, and I don't want to spoil like what it is, but it was just really cool.
That was cool. That was very cool.
So
There's definitely cool sequences inside the story, but it just overall as a story, just I think it missed the mark. But that, I mean, that's like the one of the few bad things. And the only other bad thing I have to say about this game is like there's no little mini games like there was in the first one. But I mean, those are all minor things. So yeah, and it's pretty cool, Jason. Instead of Star Labs, they have those multiverses. So they're kind of like you have MKX, right?
Yeah.
So you know the little towers that you can battle every day, so you can do different stuff, and they have different modifiers.
Yes. Okay.
That's what the multiverse is.
Okay.
And then it's just cool because they have like little story, like little mini stories. Like for example, I think yesterday was one. It was like the Earth's moon is like slowly falling out of gravitational rotation or something that's falling towards the Earth. So like every time you got a knockdown, you would float a little bit, and then people like it was cool because you can do these like monster combos. So just weird stuff like that on these multiverses. So yeah, it's just overall, it's just a great game. They did a really good job with it.
That's great.
Because
Cool.
there's so much more to do than just play through the story. I mean, there's the multiverse, there's collecting armor. We've started a guild, and you can get guild points for that. And there's like these little guild missions that you can do together. So it's just a really cool game.
and I also think it's important to notice with
Yeah,
the
I have to get
multiverse.
to the right point before I can join.
Oh, we okay?
Eric?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, with the multiverse, there are also character-specific stories. Like, there's one going for another at least 24 hours, where you just play as Darkseid and you go through and you kill Superman. You have to go through all the heroes to get to him. It's neat.
That's cool.
But I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I should be writing the review on it.
Also, I just want to add that Darkseid is cool. That's all.
He's really cool. But people spam his Omega Beam, so he's not fun to play online against people.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I also wanted to add, we didn't have this on the list for this week, but we actually posted a review of Desync on the PC, which is actually from Adult Swim Games. And this one kind of got lost in our system for a while. I mean, I'll say that's probably my fault because I was probably supposed to edit this and post it. So it just posted like 4 days ago. But it looks like a really neat shooter, kind of Tron-like, if you're into Tron at all. And it's on the PC. Megan reviewed it. Just went up this week. She said it's a little bit tough though. So she gave it a 62, which is like okay. But she said the aesthetics are really, really cool. So if you sync.
Cool. And then the last big release from this week, it's not on our list, but Nadia has been playing Fire Emblem.
Yes. And Eric, if you get the copy of this game, you're going to like it. I hope you do, actually. It's a lot of fun. It's so far, I'm only, about 20 hours into the game, but only because I've left my 3DS running, so there's that. So it's a lot of fun. It's very addictive. You could customize the party however you want it, like with strategy, or you could battle automatically, so you could choose a set amount of tactics, so you can have fun that way. But so far, it's pretty good. The story is well written, in my opinion. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I also got like a pre-order bonus where I got like a poster. So it's just sitting here on my dresser. I have nowhere to put it, but there you go. But if you do get the chance to buy the game or play it, it's worth it. It's worth every penny. And the only thing that's really different, I think, from previous Fire Emblem games is there's no marriage system where people where you have to romance some characters. and I think that's kind of a good thing because it focuses more on the story. So you could just enjoy that, but there's still the support chats, and those are fun, and all of the so far of the story is fully voiced, which is really nice. So
That's nice.
it brings the story to life. So, and even the support chats are voiced as well. And there's side quests, and you can actually, when you're exploring dungeons, you can do that in third person, like a real RPG. And when you battle, it's tactical as always. And the weapons do not break, which is a good addition to that series. Because the previous series that I played, the previous games, if you remember from way back when, the weapons would usually break, and you have to get some more. But this is not the case for this game so far, from what I've played. But I can't put it down. It's so much fun.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I was going to ask where it fell in terms of the marriage system not being there and being a third person, but it sounds like it's good. So
it's good. It's good, and I think it's really good. And the third person part of it is just for like the dungeon aspect. So you could go explore, and there's different characters that you could recruit for your units. And I guess you can recruit many different characters. So far, there's different side quests for those characters. So, for example, I was helping another character out last night, and when you took a detour, that unit would leave your party until you go to where he wanted to go, and you get some nice rewards. And the dungeon exploration, it's recommended that you do them because you get to see more, and you get a lot of nice weapons. If you know where to look, you can actually search and investigate. And I think that's pretty much my experience so far. I'm so sorry it's so scattered, but that's pretty much the experience. But yeah, it's worth every penny. There's the animated cutscenes, which are nice. There's 3D environments, so it's got a bit of a mix of everything for everyone. And I think our friend Keenan is going to do the review, so I'm sure he'll have more to say about it. But so far, it's got my vote.
cool. So does it give people who have a Switch a reason to pick up their 3DS again, would you say?
Yes, definitely. And I think all the hype was worth it. I know, and I know it's a bit easier. You could choose from the classic where your units die for good, or you could choose the casual where the units would return after like a single battle. So for me, I picked casual because I used to get really attached to the units, and I don't want them to die permanently. So, and if I did that, it would probably increase the difficulty level because you'd lose your units for good. So I just picked casual, and I've just been exploring basically. But I think for anybody that wants to try out Fire Emblem, start with this one, just because I think the quality of writing is a bit better. So yeah, I think they put a lot of love into it, and I've been really enjoying it. I've been staying up late, and I've been just really having fun.
Cool. Glad to hear it. Because I was
Yeah.
kind of following this one, and then when I got into Injustice and the Switch and everything, it kind of fell by the wayside. But I'm going to be looking into picking this one up probably next month.
You know what? You should really get it, especially with the voice cutscenes. There's a lot of stuff that is voiced. I would say a few NPCs do not talk, but the majority of them do talk to you. So that for vocally, so that's really, really, really nice. Especially if you don't want to just read, you could actually listen to them speak to you. But that goes for all the characters, and that goes for some of the NPCs as well.
Awesome. Sounds good. You guys, anybody else have anything to ask Nadia?
Uh, not really. I've never really been into the Fire Emblem series, but it's one of those things that I've always thought looked really good. So it's nice to hear that the latest one is cool.
It is. And then also, I know this wasn't listed, you guys, but I also got the review of Digimon Tri Adventure Reunion up as well for the
Oh,
movie.
cool.
Yeah, I got that up on Monday, so because I didn't want to miss my deadline that I set for myself, but I got that up there, and it was a lot of fun to watch the movie. I think a lot of the fans of Digimon would really enjoy this one, and I think there's a total of 6 movies that are being released by Shout Factory and other licensing companies that are in charge for the specific region. So yeah, I think that was really great. I was just taken back to my childhood a little bit. A lot of the quality of animations there. So be sure to pick that one up because it's in stores now. But yeah, I had to watch the movie twice though, so I had to sit through it twice to really understand what was going on and for me to just soak in a bit more. And I think the review reflected that to the best of my abilities. So that's up, and I also got what else did I get up there this week? No, nothing else. No, on the Sunday I got up the interview with Joshua, so you guys could check those two out.
Cool.
Yeah, I will look into that stuff. Awesome.
Yeah.
And another, just a quick note, in this strategical, tactical RPG genre, Disgaea 5 releases, I think, this week for the Switch.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, wow.
And there is a demo right now on the Switch. I haven't played it, but it's on my list to get to before the game drops.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a Switch, so I can't really experience that. I have.
Well, you're not missing much.
You well, well, I have a few Disgaea games, and a lot of the humor is there as well. So it's a series that can make people laugh once you get into it, and all the ridiculousness. But the character designs are very colorful as always, so that trend's continuing. But I've got I think I got number 3 on the PlayStation 3, and Disgaea number 4 for the Vita because my friend gave it to me. So I'm just like, okay, here we go. But I never really finished it. But I know the humor is really is there if you can really enjoy that part of it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard about it. Is that there's a lot of humor in it, and it's
Yeah.
really over the top. So I've never played Disgaea, but I'm kind of excited to try it, and also support third party on the Switch.
Yes, that's true. Very
All
important
right.
to do.
Well, if we're done with releases and impressions and such, Jason, you want to take us through your
Of
your
course.
comic book rack?
I will take you through my comic book rack.
You sound trepidatious.
So we had a few, yeah, well, you know. Week, we got to look at the MJ covers that are going to be hitting in Marvel, I think in June. Is that June? Yes. So basically, these are the latest in one of Marvel's theme runs. They will have Mary Jane Watson from Spider-Man as a different Marvel character, as though she was that Marvel character, on the cover of a full, spread of Marvel books in June. So these are variant editions. There's going to be standard covers for these books as well, but this will be a standard theme that's going to run across all of them. There was a Venom theme that I think ran maybe last week, something like that. That is very similar to this. So it's just like, the character in situations that you wouldn't normally see them in, stuff like that, or as the Inhumans King, Black Bolt, as Vision, as She-Hulk. It's just for fun, and but some of the covers are actually really cool because they are throwbacks to actual Marvel covers from years ago, and if you remember some of these, it's pretty neat. So those will be out in June, and there's a bunch of them. So I think there's like around 20 covers. So we have everything up if you're going to look to collect these. So we have a checklist up on BG, so you can go check that out. Also this week we had a story about Hulk joining the Weapon X book. Weapon X is a new series from Marvel. it's with their new X-Men initiative, which is really pushing the X-Men characters again. Thank God. A lot of the more dangerous Marvel heroes, or mutant heroes, I should say. And the Hulk will be in there. This is not the Bruce Banner Hulk. So everybody needs to know that. This is Totally Awesome Hulk, which is the new Hulk in the Marvel Universe. His name is Amadeus Cho, is his real name. Bruce Banner is, quote unquote, dead in the Marvel Universe at this point. I don't think I really believe that, but anyway, that's what they're going with. So it's a new Hulk joining the Weapon X team to fight some new Sentinels. And I think that one hits this fall. Nope, this summer. Okay, sorry about that. So that'll be hitting in June as well. That'll be starting then. And those will be across a number of Hulk and Weapon X titles. Then we also had Mezco announced the pre-order of their 112 figure, their latest 112 figure, which is Doctor. If you're familiar with 112, then you know how cool these are. We talked about the Nightmare Batman last week. This is in the same vein, so tons of posability. You actually want to show them however you want on your shelf. Really cool stuff. So that's up as well. You can get a look at him on BG, and you can pre-order him on mezcotoys.com. And then we also had Cap. Same thing. This is that'll be coming to Marvel Comics, but they are showcasing Marvel Capcom Infinite, I guess, scenes, and probably lots of Capcom characters. That'll be across 20 different books as well. So if you're waiting for Marvel Capcom, you can get a look at who's going to be in it this summer. No firm date on that yet, but those will be coming out this summer. And we just have one teaser image up for that, which showcases the 4 characters from the trailer, Marvel Capcom Infinite trailer, which is Ryu, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, and Mega Man. So I'm sure they're going to be pretty neat. And if you like Marvel Capcom, you'll want to check that out. And the last thing this week from the comic rack is DC Comics Doomsday Clock. So if you don't know what Doomsday Clock is, it was something teased by Jeff Johns, who is a creative force at DC. It was teased on his Twitter earlier this week. And then they did an interview with Sci-Fi, where Johns kind of explored what Doomsday Clock will be. So there's certain things that we know that it won't be. Because this has been going around online that it was going to be another Death of Superman event. That's not what it's going to be from the sound of things. It doesn't sound like Superman's going to get killed in this series. But it does seem like Superman will be a changed guy by the end of the run. It is a 4-issue miniseries. There are no crossovers. This is, and actually I really like that because it doesn't expand Doomsday Clock into 150 books that you have to pick up. So it is 4 different books. It is basically Superman versus Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, who has sort of been revealed to be the character behind all of the timeline shifts in the DC universe over the past, I guess, 2 decades, or almost 2 decades. So that's pretty cool in and of itself, and they're tying in Watchmen a little more closely, and I suppose it's going to be part of the multiverse. So there's some really cool stuff there. One note, though, if you have not read Flash number 22, which came out last week, you may not want to read the full interview that we link to in the news piece on BG, because it does have some spoilers for that. Some pretty big spoilers, too. So you may want to hold off until you read Flash number 22. But
read all of this interview. Oh,
did you?
Geez, thanks. Hey, question for you concerning this. Do you think they're going to be? Do you think Doomsday is going to be in this at all?
They say
like
no.
Okay.
Yeah, they say no. Jeff Johns in the interview said that it was originally called the Doomsday Clock, and he said that gave the wrong impression that Doomsday was like the main force. Yeah, so they took off the, and then he actually said he liked it better with the off of it because the abbreviation was then DC, which was kind of cool. So it's Doomsday Clock, and my guess is this is going to be a kind of like a solidifying of the new DC universe or multiverse, so we'll see. But it sounds good so far.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Then also this week, I just wanted to quickly mention that Mac posted a review of Dead Inside #5, which is from Dark Horse Comics. And it's a pretty cool book if you like, I think it's like kind of an action police kind of a thing. Seems pretty cool. So definitely
kind of like 100 Bullets.
Yeah, it seems like noir-y.
Okay.
And we actually have reviews of all 5 issues up. Mac did reviews of all of them. And he interviewed the series author, John Arcudi. So you can check out all of that. Yeah, and if you go to the Dead Inside #5 review on the site, there's links to everything right at the top. So you can read all the reviews if you want. You can read the interview, and you can check out the latest issue.
Cool.
Yeah, he did a great job on this. So
I'll do that.
Yeah, you should.
Nice.
And that will be it for the comic rack for this week.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm still behind on DC stuff. I'm waiting. I'm probably going to, in June, at the beginning of June, I'm going to go in to the comic shop and buy all the trades I need to catch up. And then I'm going to read the button. And then I'll be there on the Flash and, I guess, some of Batman and Aquaman. So that I can get ready for... Because there are so many books.
I know.
And I can't follow them all.
I know. I followed way too many. I've cut my pull list down to I'm like, I think per month I'm like maybe 15 books. That's it.
That's still a lot.
I know.
Not for you maybe, but for me, like that just seems like a ton.
No, believe me, when I was a kid, oh my God. I mean, this was like my main thing. So I was reading lots of comic books.
I want to read The Flash and Aquaman because he's friends with Fish.
Yes.
And he lives in Atlantis.
Both good books, by the way.
Cool. I had another friend, tell me I should read The Green Lantern. But
yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I like Green Lantern a lot.
Also,
I like them
real quick. Before we get into our next question, how many different colored lanterns are there?
There's 6.
Is it 6?
There's the 5 colors of the spectrum, right? And then there's black. Or wait, there's 7.
White and black.
Black and white, yeah, and then the 5 colors.
So what are the other colors? There's green, which is will, yellow, which is fear.
Yep. And then you have blue's hope, red rage, purple or indigo is compassion. Oh, there's 8 because then there's
orange.
Sapphire. Oh, 9 then. Orange.
Greed.
Arrogance. Yeah. And then there's Sapphire's love.
Can you imagine being so greedy that you can actually harness it into a hand that can grab the crux? And
actually, so they did the orange lantern really cool, Eric. So what happened is this guy, his name's Larfreeze, and he stole the ring from the Guardians. And what he does is every time he killed someone with the ring, he steals their like soul or essence, and then he controls them, and that becomes his construct. And so he just has like thousands and thousands of people because he's been alive for like 1 million years.
Yeah, so he has an army of like effectively ring construct souls.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
It is awesome. He's one of my most favorite characters. And just him himself is just he's so cool.
That's really cool. Actually, the whole idea of like harnessing an element of like emotion to do your bidding just is pretty neat to me. I might do
it's awesome
as well.
You should. It's really good.
Yeah. Go read that because that was what Jeff Johns did. He wrote that and kind of started the whole spectrum of everything. And then he wrote Blackest Night. Like if you can get a hold of all that stuff, it's so good.
Blackest Night is really good. Also, Sinestro Corps War is really good, which is just Green Lanterns versus the Yellow Lanterns. That is really cool. And then there's the Red Lantern stuff. I mean, it's Rick is great. Like Rick is right. All of it is great.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Might take a look at that.
And then just remember, the best Lantern is Guy Gardner.
What about that freaking dumb cat?
That Dexstar, he's the best
Yeah,
Red Lantern.
Oh, he's awesome.
I hate that freaking cat.
Dude, Jason, in Injustice, they have this move where you can send Daxstar like across the screen, and he like claws your face up and then spits up napalm on you. It is awesome.
That's so great.
Or if you do the Hadouken input, he just shoots fireballs across the screen.
Yep.
Fabulous.
He can also give you a shield.
God.
He's just awesome. And then you can like make him wear like other costumes and stuff. It's pretty cool.
So great.
Yeah.
With Larfleeze, by the way, the Orange Lantern, does his lantern have a handle, or does he have to hold it?
I don't know.
I seem to remember it not having a handle for some reason. It's just something that popped into my head.
I don't quite remember.
The only reason this question came up is because the Green Lantern has a premier skin in Injustice where he's like purple or indigo or something. That's the only reason I asked.
He does?
He does.
Yeah, apparently they're going to have every color of the spectrum.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So John Stewart is a premier skin, right?
Yeah.
Now, is there any announcement as of yet for Guy or maybe for Kyle?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
But that'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. They should give him the bowl cut, Guy Gardner, with the boot.
Oh, totally. That's
the best.
That's the best. What a jackass.
Serious. But he's my favorite. Great. He's seriously my favorite.
What's your guys' favorite fighting game ever?
No, he's terrific.
Oh man, this is a tough one.
Yes. I have a few.
One guess.
I love Clay Fighters just because of how ridiculous it was.
Clay Fighters is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I played Celebrity the video game for the PS2, Celebrity Deathmatch. It was awful.
I'm sure it was.
Now, was that like a 3D game or was that like 2D side scrolling fighting?
It was 3D.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh.
It was awful.
Yeah.
So it was like a button mashing wrestling game. I've never played it.
Basically, it was trash.
Okay. Yeah.
But what's your favorite though? If that's your least favorite.
You got one guess. I'll tell you.
Primal Rage?
No.
Yes. What is it?
Rick, you have to guess.
Injustice 2?
No. Nadia, do you want to try to guess? It's okay. Okay, I'll tell you guys.
Please.
Godzilla Save the Earth.
Oh, it's a Godzilla game, of course.
Yep.
That was an okay game.
Fantastic game.
It's an okay game.
It was a terrible game.
Fantastic. I'll fight you in Godzilla.
Oh my.
Well, in the realm of more actual fighting games, my favorite.
What do you mean? What does that
mean? My favorite
be to Godzilla. I don't understand.
Pretty awful. It's pretty awful.
I'm very.
Isn't that like a Game Boy game?
I don't know.
I
don't even know what the hell it is. What?
Eric, wasn't that a Game Boy game, like a 3DS or 2DS or something?
No, it was a PlayStation 2 game.
It was?
What was it called?
Godzilla Save the Earth. It was great.
Godzilla, save the Earth!
Yeah.
He doesn't want to save the Earth.
No.
Sometimes he does.
Well, this should go up against everything that you hold dear to you.
What is it, up to him? It's like, what do you feel like doing today? Saving the Earth? Destroying the Earth? What do you think?
It had a lot of good monsters in it. That's all.
Was King Kong in it?
No.
See, that's why I thought Primal Rage, because they had the big monkeys.
Yeah, I know. Primal Rage is up there, but I didn't play it enough to like love it.
Ooh, Biolante was in this.
Oh my!
Oh yeah, it was.
That's probably my favorite old school Godzilla movie.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
It's good.
I mean, I know the character, but I don't think I ever saw that one.
How about you guys? What's
Or
your
Monster
Jason's
Island.
is-
I always liked Monster Island
Oh, I see. Yeah, Monster Island was good.
because he had that little. What's Godzilla's son's name?
Godzuki.
Godzuki. And he's all like, "Hey guys!" Oh man! And he could only blow smoke rings. You remember that?
You're just
Oh
Yes.
man!
Oh, the best.
He's like what Teletubbies evolved from.
Godzuki.
Yeah, Godzuki.
Godzuki. I think it was Godzuki. Oh man. Well,
what's your favorite fighting game?
So Mortal Kombat 2
Okay.
is right there. Street Fighter Alpha 3 is right there too. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is I mean, it probably, if we're going with playtime, that would be it. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because I played the hell out of that game.
Yeah.
But
we're forgetting Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well.
Oh God, you're right. Yes,
That's a good game.
That's amazing.
Even the first one is really good too.
Cable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one was great. Actually, all those Marvel Capcom games, X-Men, Children of the Atom, played the hell out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one.
Marvel Superheroes
Infinity
was
Gems?
good. Yep. Man, that was some good stuff.
Those were good.
Yeah.
You remember the Ninja Turtle Fighter?
Yes, I do. Tournament Fighters.
I played that game a little too much, probably.
Yeah, no, I can understand. You know what? I never knew that that every console, the game was basically different. Turtles Tournament Fighter had different characters.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Never knew that. I had it on the Super Nintendo, and that was it. Well. But yeah, okay. But I totally would have. I think there was a really good character on the Genesis version, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Nice. You know what other games I really like? Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the Budokai series. I really like. I mean, of course, Super Smash Brothers.
Yep.
It's just a lot of games that I really, really enjoy.
Is Injustice 2 going to take over your number one spot?
I mean, it's really good, but probably not, just because there's so much nostalgia tied up in the other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, and it's probably better than those games, but there's just too much nostalgia for it to take over my favorite,
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would get a collection of the Turtles Tournament Fighter games if they released that.
Yeah, they should re-release this.
That would totally never happen, but I would play that.
They should throw one of these characters into Injustice.
Yes.
Put Shredder in there out of left field.
Shredder would be
Casey
good.
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, Casey Jones, yeah.
Or Rat King.
Rat King. It's just some nut.
He is a homeless. He's a homeless freak, dude.
He's not even like a ninja or anything. He's just a nut.
No, he's not. He couldn't handle society, and he made friends with a bunch of rats.
I mean, come on. Oh, it was a Triceraton.
What?
Who?
Are you guys talking Willard?
Who's Willard?
That movie where the guy makes friends with all the rats.
Oh, Crispin Glover, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
I heard yeah.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Good film. It should be remade.
Oh, yeah?
With Rat King?
Yes. It could be Rat King's origin story.
Excellent. He needs a whole movie to himself before he goes into
sure does.
Turtle movies.
Because that way, then when they do the new Ninja Turtle movie, they don't have to waste any time on like introducing him. They'll just be
Right.
Rat King.
Exactly. It's like, oh man, it's Rat King.
Not Rat King.
Nadia.
Quick, somebody punch him. That's it. It's over.
Someone step on his rat. We don't condone violence to animals. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not. That was
But
not
Rat
funny.
King, on the other hand,
Yes, Rat King
That's a
needs a
different
punch
story.
in the face.
and he needs a job.
He totally does.
Hey,
Nadia,
Nadia.
I'm sorry. We
Yes?
were laughing over the whole thing there. What was your favorite fighting game?
Oh, my favorite fighting game would have to be the original Street Fighter. I really liked that one, and I used to play as Rose a lot. And I remember staying up late with my cousin because he had the video game systems and the games. And I remember just staying up late I was only 8 years old, so I was only a little kid, and I'm just staying up late playing as Rose, and she's doing her little attack move, and I really liked her in the original Street Fighter. And I remember my two thumbs, where you used to press the buttons, got really, really sore because I was playing for such a long time. But that's one of the games that I'll always remember, and I'll always love. And that was for the PlayStation. So I really, really enjoyed that one. And Rose is and was my favorite character for that time period.
Cool.
Nice.
Was that Alpha, Nadia?
I really don't know. I just remember that it was on the PlayStation 1, so I don't
It
remember.
could have been
I
Alpha.
Yeah, I remember Rose, but I don't remember what game she was in.
Yeah.
I think it was Alpha. She was
Alpha
a woman
Series?
who could used her scarf to like block stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think that's Alpha. That's a great one. That's the one where you could play against Bison with Ryu and Ken at the same time.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
That's pretty good. All right, I think that just about wraps it up, guys. Oh, no, that's silly of me. What are we all
Come
playing
on.
or watching or reading? I'm so dumb.
Matter with you.
I'm a silly guy.
You're very silly.
Aren't we? Happy I didn't say the other word. Ooh. Nadia, what have you been working on or playing other than Fire Emblem?
Well, I haven't been really working on anything. I think all the articles that I've published within the last couple of weeks have been good to go, and they've already been published. So I've been just taking a little bit of a break, but I've just been playing Fire Emblem for that break. So that's been such a wonderful reward kind of thing with all the hard work and everything else. So that's what I've been up to.
Awesome. No, that's cool. Everyone deserves breaks. You know?
Yeah.
So enjoy Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
It's definitely on my list.
Yes.
How about you, Rick?
I've just been playing a lot of Injustice. Too much Injustice, probably.
No, that's fair.
But I love it.
It's really good.
Look for me on the Xbox. Or join our guild, the Speedy Boys, with a Z.
Yeah, we're the Speedy Boys. That's our
Boy.
clan. And
What?
I've been playing a lot of Injustice this week, and I also actually I kind of dropped Darksiders once Injustice came out. I was playing Darksiders 2, and then my brother came in and said, "Hey Eric, this package arrived," and then I haven't booted up Darksiders since. So that package was indeed Injustice 2. Other than that, I've been reading it and trying to watch The Flash. So, doing good.
What, you still on the first season?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
probably watch some more today, but it's enjoyable. I like the kind of Monster of the Week flavor it's had so far. They just introduced Captain Cold, so.
Oh, nice. He's awesome.
Yeah, he has really an unfortunate name.
Leonard
You mean
Snart.
Captain Cold or Lenny Snart?
Leonard Snart.
Leonard Snart.
Yeah,
He's
it's
still a cool
unfortunate.
character.
But how about you, Jason?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I just had a seizure.
Eric? Oh, okay.
I was just asking what you're playing, Jason. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. Well, what am I not playing? Same as you, basically. I'm playing Darksiders 2, and now I'm playing Injustice, which I just started. Injustice 2. And was there anything else? A bunch of retro games, because I was going through my Super Nintendo collection, so I'm just like rolling through a bunch of stuff like for a few minutes at a time.
Nice.
That's about it. Yeah.
So, did you publish your retro review yesterday?
You know what? I did not. However, I will be publishing one this week. So I will have this week, and I know you have this week also. So there'll be 2 this week.
Okay, yeah, we can do 2 this week. That's fine.
Cool.
Now, I'm going to make a poll in the group, but I'm going to put it here too. If anybody wants me to review Phantom Dust for the retro review, which I think counts because it was an original Xbox title, let us know. But I got to get started on that soon.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe a few weeks. Maybe I'll do a different one that I can review quicker for this week, but I think I'll review that one soon.
Yeah, you should. That's a great idea.
Because that could work as like a new release review and a retro review.
Yeah, totally.
So maybe I will. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. If you're still here. If you're not, you won't hear this anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm joined, as always, by the Rick.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, I didn't think you were going to say anything, so I just started going. The Rick.
Yes.
And the Jason.
Yes.
And the Nadia.
Yes. Take care, everybody, and thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, everybody.